them right out my window. Blast you with a direct blow. Blow, coming through like G.I. Joe. Star Wars moving ill like Han Solo. Make you bounce around. Roll up on your eye like Hawaii 5-0. Back out with my dreads in my Kango. Forget them, just pass the. Yo, take a trip down to Mexico. Come back with that. Studio stereo. Sorry, this is it, but homeboy, I got to go. I step up in the place and yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Already here, they're audible to something else. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you have to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
60 Bison.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
2nd and 10.
18, come, 19.
Off play action. Richardson. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. 3rd and 20.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now it's Richardson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
2nd and 6. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Chig Okonkwo. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone. For a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent.
But rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw. Over the middle, he's got Lane. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down 10 at the 45-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 19 Titans, 19 Titans.
Back to throw now on first down. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Commanders.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Devon Achane with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Ready up.
Looking to put a drive together.
Go, Champ. Go, Champ.
Running left, it's Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We used to work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Richardson to throw off play action. And that is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Up the middle with Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
On the jump. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready. 19 Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
Okay, ready.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the two-point conversion.
Richardson will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
Eagles 8.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Slot man moves right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Play action. Now Richardson. And this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Richardson to throw. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5. Brings up
Barkley going to be hit and not at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 21-15 game. Kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man, Okonkwo. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Washington first down.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And it's 3rd down.
whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second down at 4. Richardson off the play fake. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Richardson looking to throw this. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Richardson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run. Achane. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
They'll try and throw for him. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Eagles 15.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be... Third down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. His throw incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
And rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
And his kick is indeed good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Red, 38. Field, black. Fury, yellow. Hut, hut.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
The 14-yard line.
White. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Eagles 22.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a toss right side. Achane with it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Devon Achane, 29 yards. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Commanders will line up.
They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
Makes the score. Commanders 41, Eagles 22.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Let's go now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Achane. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Washington going to send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Running right, here's Achane. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On the double.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now it's Richardson. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60.
And they'll give this to A-Chain to about the 26 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down. And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A-Chain on the counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Chigakonkwo, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand. Like, who cares? Just get out of here. We'll do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
16 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ready.
One last shot for Richardson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Commanders. And this win was impressive, Charles. And look, they were honest with us this week. They had this game circled on the calendar for quite a while, coming in and taking down the reigning Super Bowl champions.